Hey everyone, in this video we're going to test the reasoning abilities of the new Phi-3 models from Microsoft. You may have already seen this test before, but we're going to evaluate it on two difficult word problems. We have done this before for GPT series of models, cloud models, Llama and Mixtral, and even Wizard. We saw that GPT-4 Turbo did the best on the bumper problem, which is one of the easier of the problems, and Opus did the best. You can take a closer look at this chart. This is rated out of 120 total combinations of both, and these numbers represent the correct answers. So we are going to use Open Router for this. Router pretty much provides all the language models out there. You can actually browse through them. Phi-3, we're going to be using Phi-3 Mini Instruct. Yeah, the Mini Instruct and the Medium Instruct models. We'll also throw in there the Gemini model as well, because the latest update to Gemini 1.5 Pro was doing pretty well, and the LMSys Arena will throw that in there as well, and then we're gonna rank them. And if you wanted to see my previous videos on this, where I test GPT-4 Omni's reasoning and also Llama 370 billion and GPT Turbo Preview when it was released, just go to my website, echohive.live, search for reasoning, and in all these videos, I actually do a code review for this project as well. So I won't be doing one in this one, but we're going to be running a test, and I'll explain the test. We have two word problems. They each are consisting of 5 sentences. So we have 5 sentences, and what happens is that although the positioning of these sentences doesn't really change the logic, language models actually struggle solving it in different configurations. So we are actually going to take all 5 sentences for both problems, and actually we're going to test all configuration of sentences. That's why we will have a total of 120 total combinations, and we'll see how the models perform based on how many correct answers they gave for the total 100. So for this project, I actually have 3 separate files. This one is open source, which runs on Open Router. You can test any Open Router model here, for example, Llama 70 billion, 8 billion. But we're going to test the Phi-3 Mini. Let's actually run this while we talk about it a little bit, because there's quite a lot to talk about here. By the way, the code files for this project will be available at my Patreon. Link will be in the description. So I'm just going to start this process. We're going to test Phi-3 Mini, Phi-3 Medium, and Google Gemini Pro 1.5. Let's actually test the Flash as well. So I'm going to go to Open Router and search for Gemini. And here's the Google Gemini Flash preview. Here I'm going to copy the model name, and I'm going to come to our list and add it in here so we can test that as well. And I'm just going to start this process because it's going to take a moment. And while this is running, we can actually talk about this. So I have 3 files. One for Open Router models, one for Claude models that you can test Claude 3's Opus on it, Haiku or future models. And I have one for testing OpenAI models. You can use the script as well. I also provide a chat opensource.py file with this, where you can use Open Router chat to chat with any one of the models you like. You can add new models here as well. It also comes with Claude Unified, Open Router Unified, and OpenAI Unified classes, which will just make, creating applications super easy. For example, if you look at chat.opensource, all I do is just import router chat and create a chat loop with that. Just makes your life easier. So these files will be available as well. I previously have done this test for Claude models, GPT models, and also for Llama and Mixtral. Yeah, you can also suggest your own system messages, of course. Try to test maybe different system messages, and you'll get a JSON object with the system message that you're using, and correct and incorrect file names will be constructed for you automatically. We have already done this, of course. These are the results so far. GPT-4o didn't do so well on the Marcus problem in comparison to GPT-4 Turbo Preview. That's why I ran it 3 times. But once we tested the Phi models, we already have the results for Phi-3 Mini for the bumper problem, and it got 85 correct and 35 wrong. I also include the problems right here as well, along with their answers. The good and the bad is that, for example, this is almost every language model answers the good sentence combination correctly, but when you shift one of the sentences to a different position, then you end up getting wrong results. So that's what we are testing here in a nutshell. Okay, we got the result for the Phi-3 medium for the bumper car problem as well. It got 117 correct and 3 wrong. So that's pretty good, actually. Aside from GPT-4 Turbo answering the bumper problem fully correctly, it's pretty much up to par with GPT-4o, Opus, and Llama 3 70 billion, as you can see. So the script tests two of the problems and actually loops over them and loops over all the models as well. Like I said, I've already reviewed the code in these 3 videos. You can actually check those out if you wanted to. So I'll wait for this to be finished and then I will add them to the results here in our chart and I will see where they stack up. I would like to take a moment to talk about the benefits of becoming a patron. As some of you may know, in the last year and a half, I've spent 3,000 hours over 3 projects. As a patron, you will have access to all the code files so you can get inspiration and iterate quickly. Another benefit is that you'll have access to all my courses and my most recent and most proud one, the 1000x Masterclass, teaching what I've learned on how to code fast and efficiently. Also the Streamlit course and the Fast API course. In my Patreon, I also have tiers in which you can connect with me one-on-one. Check those out as well. So we have all our answers. I'll also provide these with the code download in my Patreon as well, and I have also inputted them here. So let's take a look. So Phi-3 Mini got the easier of the problems, bumper problems, correct 85 out of 120 combinations. If you look below, it's really the worst so far, and it really didn't do good at all in the harder Marcus problem. So it only got 21 right. The only one that did worse was Llama 3 8 billion. But Phi-3 Medium got 117 right on the bumper problem, same as GPT-4 Omni or also Opus or Llama 3 7 billion. But on the Marcus problem, only got 23 right. So that's not very good. It's slightly better than GPT 3.5 Turbo. Gemini 1.5 Pro did 113 correct. A little better than Sonnet. I suppose it's not that great here, but it got the Marcus problem correct 88 times, which is similar to GPT-4 Omni. And yeah, a little better than Llama 3 70 billion. Gemini 1.5 Flash got bumper problem correct 112 times, equal with Sonnet here, but it got the Marcus problem 25 times correct, slightly better than GPT 3.5 Turbo. So here, these are the results. This is what it turned out to be. So thank you for watching. As new models become available, I'll be performing the same test as well. Like I said, the code files will be available on my Patreon. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.